out here, get this play reviewed, and maybe you get lucky.
And that's what he's looking for right now with his team down 10-7. Reggie Williams has had a fine first half. This stands 3 catches, 73 yards.
Does that ball come loose right when he comes down?
After reviewing the play, when the receiver hit the ground, he did not make complete control of the ball with his hand. The ball was loose on his hip. Therefore, it's an incomplete pass. 4th down and 5 on the 35-yard line.
That's why he's one of the great coaches in this league.
I spoke to Floyd Reese, the general manager of the Titans, on Friday at practice, and I said, you know, he never makes a mistake on game day. He knows how to work the clock. He knows when to use his timeouts. He knows how to use the rules to his advantage. He just doesn't make mistakes between the sidelines.
So now it's 4th down and 5 for Jacksonville, and Jack Del Rio looks like he's going to go for it.
Yeah, as soon as the ruling came out, Jack Del Rio said, we're going to go for it. It's a 53-yard field goal attempt, but he's got a quarterback who can run. He's got big wide receivers, and he's had an offense that's been in total control the first half.
So a huge play at the end of the first half.
And plus, his defense has been dominant as well. I mean, he feels in total control, and this is probably a good roll of the dice for Jack Del Rio. This 5-yard 4th down play is just as big of a gamble as a 53-yard field goal, because if you miss the field goal, you give them better field position.
So here they go, 4th and 5 at the 35. They need to go to the 30 for a first down. Maurice Jones-Drew lines up as the single setback behind David Garrard. Now he goes in motion, empty backfield, Garrard, and he's sacked! David Garrard taken down by the leader, Keith Bulluck. And the Jaguars turn it over on down.
Well, here it is. He's just going to try and stop and throw really quick, but he doesn't have time to set his feet and get rid of it. And Jeff Fisher used the timeout, put him in that spot, and it was the perfect call by the Titan head coach.
A loss of 5, so that brings on Vince Young and the Titans offense, who will start from the 40 with 1:50 remaining, down by 3.
That's an outstanding job by Jeff Fisher.
Lindale White lines up in the backfield. Titans have 2 timeouts. Play action. Young steps up in the pocket and is tackled from behind.
And the clock will run with 1:40. They got to get up, and he's going to start. They work on this 2-minute drill. The receivers going all the way down the field have to run to get back, and now the Texans are going to huddle up. I don't know if I agree with it.
And where do they need to get to get into field goal range for Rob Baronis?
Jacksonville 35-yard line will be the marker, but they'll try a longer one.
Young throwing it down the sideline. Bobby Wade! Vince Young through a frozen rope. Deion Grant with the tackle, a 19-yard pickup. Baronis' career-long 60 yards against Indianapolis on December 4th of 2006, this year. As he gets loose on the sideline.
I'll tell you guys, how big would it be after getting dominated in the first half, still trailing by only 3, to go in with points and tie it up? Tennessee would get right back in this ball game, and Jacksonville has got to think, man. And that's the 42-yard line. That's for a 60-yarder. That's a long kick even today. I mean, and that was a kick that that happened, I believe, on this field in the same direction.
What a coach, Jeff Fisher. This team started the season losing 5 straight football games to the Jets, San Diego, Miami, Dallas, and Indy. But since then, Jeff Fisher continuing to work hard, continuing to encourage his players, and they are red hot right now. This young quarterback has turned out
There's a hold up in the play because the officials are talking back in the Jacksonville secondary. The white hat, Mike Carey, is all the way back. You see him there running. They were all the way back in that end of the field with the field judge and the back judge talking it over, and now we'll get underway.
So Pac-Man Jones comes in the game. He's in the slot at the top of your screen, number 32, 1st and 10 at the 44. Now Jones in motion. Vince Young wants to run it, turns the corner, throws on the run. Pac-Man with the catch, and he steps out of bounds at the 29. This kid is everywhere. 15-yard gain.
Well, he comes in motion and comes out, and Vince Young, this is what I think Tennessee did not do for most of this half. Use Vince Young's legs more. Get him to the edge of that defense because it really puts pressure on them. It extends the play. You see there, Pac-Man just stops, turns around, makes himself available, and stops the clock.
1st down and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now Young in the shotgun. Vince Young dancing, lost the ball, picked up though by the Titans. Right place, right time for 76, David Stewart, the right tackle.
And this is the thing, Vince Young can't feel. You see Paul, that's big Bobby McRae on the back, getting a hand on him, knocking the fumble.
2nd and 15. Young dumps it off. White out of the backfield, and the Titans will have to call a timeout. Darryl Smith makes the tackle as they try to scurry to the line of scrimmage. Clock continues to run.
3rd down, and they'll try and pick this up with one more play before they try the field goal.
Young again. And Bennett with the catch on the sideline. He doesn't get out of bounds. Clock still running. 6 seconds and counting.
5 seconds. 3 seconds. Now they call the timeout. Jeff Fisher runs onto the field to call the timeout. That's a rule. A head coach can now call the timeout from the sidelines.
Their 3rd and final. Their first timeout was not given back because we did not reverse to a stop clock after the clock was running. This is a 30-second timeout.
And there you had it, Mike Carey. Watch, and this is the catch by Bennett. Catches it, takes the hit, gets his feet in bounds, and then the ball comes loose, but they give him forward progress and say that the ground caused the ball to come loose. And now Jeff Fisher, and he's calling a timeout. You see there, he says, I want a timeout when the clock says 2. And the official looks up at the clock, and when it gets 2, he calls the timeout for Jeff Fisher. He never misses a trick.
And don't forget, coming up on the Sprint halftime report, JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer will have all the latest NFL scores and highlights. It's all coming up on the Sprint halftime report. So Baronis, 15 of 19 on the season. As long as we mentioned earlier, 60 yards. He's in his 2nd year out of Georgia Southern. Now they're going to look to see if Drew Bennett actually held on to the football. Mike Carey over to the sideline. Take a look.
And you'll see now the officials spotted it, and when they signaled, they called it forward progress. You see where they have to give him the spot. They keep the clock running because he was in bounds. And then if the ball comes loose and the ground causes the fumble, it's still a catch. They gave him forward progress and kept him in bounds on it, so that will affect how this review goes.
So Jeff Fisher watching.
There's no catch. There's no question he gets his feet in and the ball comes in, but when he falls is when the ball comes out. It looks like it was knocked out by the helmet of Brian Williams, who's made a great tackle, by the way. I mean, you can't say enough about what Jeff Fisher's done here in the last couple of minutes of this first half with the timeout, giving the opportunity for the official review that got a play reversed and gave him the chance to stop the Jacksonville Jaguars on 4th down and get the ball back and put his team in a position to tie this game.
2 seconds remaining. Drew Bennett played quarterback in college out of UCLA. And he's turned in to be a very solid receiver for the Tennessee Titans.
He's number 8 all-time in Tennessee franchise receptions and 9th in yardage. And we spoke about Rob Bironas and what his range is, and it's rare that you talk about a guy who's kicked a 60-yarder, I think. And there you see
Rasheed Mathis, terrific defender for Jacksonville, and obviously folks were rolling this piece of tape, and we didn't roll this one on purpose, but Rasheed Mathis, 7 interceptions.
After reviewing the play, in the process of making the catch, the receiver went to the ground. He lost possession of the ball, therefore it's an incomplete pass. 4th down, 7 yards to go on the 26.5-yard line. There'll be 13 seconds on the game clock.
Oh, and 13 seconds on the game clock is not good for Jeff Fisher, because that means even if he makes the kick, they're going to have to, makes the field goal, they're going to have to kick off, which is always a possibility of a big play. But as we mentioned a moment ago, Bironas, the extra 7 yards is a problem, but it's not, it doesn't put it out of field goal range by any stretch.
So the ball will be spotted at about the 34-yard line, so a 44-yard attempt for Bironas. He is 3 of 6 between 40 and 49 yards this season. And now a timeout called by Jacksonville.
Now, Jacksonville will continue to ice Bironas. I mean, he's already been standing out there for 5 minutes during this review, and now Jack Del Rio calls another timeout to ice the kicker again.
Both teams out of timeouts. So let's go back and take a look at Rob Bironas and his 60-yard kick against Indy.
A game-winning. This is the winning kick against the Giants that was just with 9 seconds to go. This is Indianapolis from 60. You see there right on the logo in the middle of the field, 60 yards away. And let me tell you, Gus, by any stretch, that is big. There's only been 4 guys to ever kick a 60-yard, over a 60-yarder in the league. And now Rob Bironas is that 4th guy.
So this one from 44 yards away. Hendrick is his holder. Tennessee trying to tie this one up at 10. Closing moments of the first half. Good snap, good hold, it's up. No good. Bironas misses the 44-yarder. So with 8 seconds remaining, Jacksonville with a 10-7 lead.
And that's why if you're Jeff Fisher, it's like, man, oh man, you got the great break, and that just skimmed outside the upright. Jeff Fisher did everything right on that drive. The whole team called the timeout, used the clock, got the reviews, and still came away with nothing. But they don't get the opportunity without Jeff Fisher and the sidelines and the defense doing everything right.
So Jacksonville will take a knee and head into the locker room with a 3-point lead. Jack Del Rio has to be pleased. His team leading on the road. Jeff Fisher's Tennessee Titans with opportunities. Maurice Jones-Drew and Vince Young, the 2 rookies, standing out. Pac-Man Jones, 83-yard interception return for a touchdown to get the Titans on the board. Coming up, our halftime activities from New York.
Tonight, who will be the ultimate survivor?
I've maneuvered myself into a very good position.
Ozzy, Tarzan's it.
I've got more of an edge.
I'm a little bit nervous about the community challenge today.
I got to go out there and put up a fight.
There are probably going to be hurt feelings.
5 castaways remain. 3 tribal councils, only 1 survivor.
I would like to get the idol out of Yule's hands.
And the biggest surprise yet. Don't miss the Survivor season finale and live reunion show, CBS tonight.
Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint together with Nextel. Power up.
And welcome back to our New York studios with the reminder that next week here on CBS, it'll be week 16 of NFL action. Doubleheader day here. Many of you will see New England taking on Jacksonville in the early one. Late action includes Cincinnati at Denver, San Diego at Seattle. Action coming your way here on CBS. Let's turn to Boomer first and talk about the early game.
You know, this actually could be a playoff matchup in the future between Jacksonville and New England, assuming that New England wins their division, gets the 4th seed, and then Jacksonville takes the first wild card seed at number 5. Playoff atmosphere down in Jacksonville is going to be awesome, and look for a very highly spirited game.
Shannon, your look at the late games coming up.
Well, you look at the Denver Broncos, Cincinnati Bengals. The question is, can the Denver Broncos run the football and keep that high-powered offense of the Cincinnati Bengals off the field? Cincinnati is playing as well as anybody in the AFC from an offensive standpoint, and their defense all of a sudden has gotten on that same track, JB, by shutting down people, only allowing 16 points in their last 4 games. So it's going to be very interesting. Can the Broncos run the football to keep Carson Palmer and his guys off the field?
In a big game, San Diego, Seattle, into 4 o'clock hours. As San Diego has they're a team that's going to have to continue to keep pace at number 1 seed, have home field advantage. That's a big game for them. Seattle's a team that's struggling, and they'll probably continue to struggle against San Diego.
All right, and of course, Week 16 action. It all gets started at noon Eastern with the NFL Today. And the NFL on CBS will continue in a moment.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Power up.
Hi, I'm James Brown in New York. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, all the scores and highlights, including a look at the playoffs after a word from your local station.
NCIS, CBS Tuesday.
Is the most complete player in the National Football League.
If Bill Cowher decides not to coach for the Steelers next year, by league rule, he can't coach for anybody.
The most important trait that a quarterback can have is his confidence. I think he'll get it back, and he'll be fine for the playoffs.
So I'm taking Cincinnati, Carson Palmer in this game.
What a rat you are. How do you think you were supposed to pick Peyton Manning. You love Peyton.
The NFL Today, Sundays at noon Eastern on CBS.
Tonight, who will be the ultimate survivor?
I've maneuvered myself into a very good position.
Ozzy, Tarzan's it.
I've got more of an edge.
I'm a little bit nervous about the immunity challenge today.
I got to go out there and put up a fight.
There are probably going to be hurt feelings.
5 castaways remain. 3 tribal councils. Only 1 survivor.
I would like to get the idol out of Yule's hands.
And the biggest surprise yet. Don't miss the Survivor season finale and live reunion show. CBS tonight.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Power up.
And welcome back to our New York studios and a Sprint Halftime Report. I'm James Brown, along with my colleagues Dan, Shannon, and Boomer. The score at the half, 10-7 Jacksonville. Boomer still looking for the cameras all over the place. Just suffice it to say that. All right, 10-7 the score there. Let's move on. Shannon.
Willie McGinnis takes down Steve McNair. His hand's going to be stepped on by Andre Davis accidentally.
Yep.
X-rays are negative. But if you look at the cleat mark, look like a puncture wound in the center of his hand. They said it hurts to take a snap. I say put him in the shotgun and let him throw it.
I say that too.
Hand off to Jamal Lewis. They're up 10-3 at this point, 17-3. But right before the half, Joe Jurevicius from Derek Anderson, 3-yard touchdown, 10-7. Started the third.
A Ravens win, since he lost, gives them to clinch the division for the Ravens.
You got to be tough to play quarterback in this league. Every week, guys are getting beat up. How about Chris Jenkins right here? He takes down Ben Roethlisberger, for the sack. Chris Wanke, he's going to get hit by Brett Kiesel, and Clark Higgins, he's going to go down for the sack. Ben Roethlisberger says, no, I don't want to sit in this pocket anymore. Let me get outside.
Run, Ben, run, Ben.
That's right. Let him run. He'll run it in for a touchdown, 10-0. The Steelers, and then comes back with a nice little screen pass. Yeah, this thing was perfectly set up by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Najee Davenport goes in 17-3 at halftime. Pittsburgh Steelers make a nice run here at the end.
Skins Saints, Dan.
And the young quarterback for Washington, Jason Campbell,
He rolls to his right, sets up under pressure, steps into it. Nice throw to Santana Moss. Big play for Washington Redskins. Then the Saints come back. Reese pitches it to the Deuce. The Deuce goes in, 1 yard.
Saints looking to clinch the division for the first time since 2000, looking for their third ever. All right, boom.
Welcome to the up and down NFL, guys. How about the Patriots? They were shut out last week by the Dolphins. This week they are pouring it on the Houston Texans, due in large part to David Carr's 2 interceptions. Tom Brady, kind of workmanlike, as they say, 11 of 17, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns, as the Patriots are running it up on the Houston Texans. 27-0 at halftime. Corey Dillon, nice little day, 11 attempts, 37 yards.
David Carr sacked 4 times, picked off twice. Texans 76 total yards.
And J.P. Losman, he drops back here. He throws it up down the sideline. Lee Evans, big play. That's been a big play combination all year for the Buffalo Bills. Look for this one right here. Robert Royal in the corner, wide open. No Dolphins around to cover. What do you say? In Buffalo, 7-0 Bills.
Updating other scores, New York Jets on a roll, 23-7 over the Vikes. Jets have won 5 straight against the Vikings. Doing it today, Tampa Bay trailing Chicago Bears 21-3. Bears can clinch home field throughout the playoffs with a win and a Saints loss. And the Packers 10-3 over the Lions. Brett Favre 15-0 at home against the Lions as a starter, and he has broken Dan Marino's completions record. I know. I hate to say that, Dan.
Congratulations.
Second half. After this. Hey, how you doing?
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint together with Nextel. Power up.
With every kiss, with every step, love grows. Celebrate life's journey together with the Journey Diamond Necklace from Kay Jewelers. Multiple diamonds arranged from smallest to largest to symbolize how love has grown. From Kay, where every diamond is hand-selected to match beautifully.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
Welcome back. Jacksonville with a 10-7 lead at halftime here in Nashville. Gus Johnson along with Steve Tasker and partner. Very competitive and even first half.
Yeah, and there's a lot of times you see that in these division games where even though Jacksonville has had the ball, they've controlled it offensively, they can't make any ground against Tennessee. Tennessee has bent on defense, but they have not broken, and they've held Jacksonville only 10 points. And with the interception returned by Pac-Man Jones, it's a 3-point football game. And Tennessee has got every opportunity in this second half to come back and win this football game. We knew it would be a close game, even though one team may dominate.
All right, let's take a look at the stats from the first half.
You see there, 102 yards, over 100 yards rushing for Jacksonville, 174 yards total offense, and look at the time of possession. I mean, all of those things are completely in the favor of Jacksonville, except for the turnover, and the turnover led to the 7 points for Tennessee. And it's going to be a game that comes down to the wire, and you can bet both these clubs at halftime are going to make some adjustments. And I think one thing the Tennessee Titans are going to do as we see them receive this football is they're going to try and get Vince Young to the edge of that defense and use his legs to make plays.
All right, here's Pac-Man Jones fielding the ball at the 1-yard line. And Jones with the seam. Jones still running. Pac-Man again. Pac-Man Jones down inside the 30.
There's a flag down at the end of that play.
Personal foul, major face mask, defense number 34. 15-yard penalty from near the run.
Wow.
First down.
Insult to injury as Pac-Man Jones takes this and a bouncing ball. And Gus, when I played special teams and covered kicks for a lot of years, and when that ball's bouncing back there, it really makes it tough, not on the return team, but on the coverage team. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how it's going to bounce. You start to get a little undisciplined. A lot of things become uncertain in your coverage lanes, and then all of a sudden a guy like Pac-Man Jones gets his hands on it, and you're caught. What a huge play, the second one of the day for number 32, Pac-Man Jones.
So Vince Young And the Jaguars, and the Titans rather, start at the 14-yard line. Here's Young throwing. That one caught. And out of bounds. Roydell Williams, second-year player from Tulane, makes the grab.
Tennessee coming out. This has been their half. You see the difference in the statistics. They're plus 52 and plus in the turnover differential. The point differential, 52 points. I mean, that comes from 3 straight comeback victories, particularly the one against New York Giants. But no question, they are a second-half team under Vince Young.
Second down. Henry trying to get outside. He's bottled up and taken down by Deion Grant.
I'll tell you, Gus, you see that Jacksonville defense close in on Travis Henry. It becomes obvious Jacksonville is going to make Vince Young win this football game for Tennessee. They are not going to let Travis Henry get them into third and short or second and short situations. He is going to be bottled up, and they're going to make Vince Young do it.
Third down 5. Hall and Henry in the backfield. Young in the corner for Drew Bennett. Incomplete. Scott Starks covering for Jacksonville.
And that'll bring on a field goal attempt. And that's Young trying to throw it up as a jump ball to his own receiver, who's a little bit tall, against a shorter receiver. And it's so commonplace in the league now. The guys they're trying it all the time. I still think it's a low percentage pass, but it is a low percentage pass also for bad things happening.
So Barones missed a 44-yarder. He's in to attempt a 27-yarder now. Hendrick the holder. And it's up and good. Opening moments of the third quarter, we're tied at 10.
Tired of being nickel and dimed by other airlines?
Is this your first flight?
On Southwest Airlines, our leather seats, blankets, pillows, snacks, and smiles are always free.
You are now free to move about the country.
Look around and what do you see? A beautiful world. Let's fall in love. Open your eyes and what will you find? Look around and what do you see? A beautiful world.
American Pie is back with an all-new movie.
You're a Stifler and a virgin?
This movie goes where no American Pie has gone before.
The Naked Mile is insane, from what I hear.
Welcome to the Naked Mile.
It's the biggest college tradition of all.
What are you guys doing still dressed?
Get ready for a little competition.
Don't let their size fool you. Your Stiflers do get out of control sometimes.
American Pie presents The Naked Mile unrated on DVD Tuesday.
Some call him a redneck, others call him a country bumpkin, but everyone calls him funny.
Get her done, that's right.
America's hottest comic, 60 Minutes tonight.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Tie game, 10 apiece, 13:24 to play in the third quarter. Jacksonville and Tennessee.
There's the guy, Pac-Man, an 83-yard interception return for a touchdown, then the huge return on the opening kickoff of the second half to set up the field goal to tie it up.
Maurice Jones-Drew back deep for the Jaguars. He fields it at his own goal line. And he breaks it ahead. It gets to the 30-yard line, pulled down from behind. It's a 28-yard return Tackled by Vincent Fuller.
You know, you hear so much, Gus, and we talk about it as well, guys who make plays. Well, Pac-Man Jones did it for Tennessee. David Garrard has done it, and now Jones-Drew back on the field returning kickoffs, and I thought because of his extended playing time at running back, they may hold him out of the special teams. I mean, this is a team that ran for so many yards last week. Jacksonville, both running backs, one had to take an IV and the other one pulled a hamstring. They were running so much.
First down and 10 at the 29. Maurice Jones-Drew. And he gets to the 36. A gain of 7. Hope with the tackle, the safety.
Once again, Jacksonville coming up, grinding it out. And I'll tell you, Gus, 6 yards on a first down play. If you're a defensive coordinator like Jim Schwartz for the Titans, 6 yards on first down is way, way too much. Jacksonville has a power running game, and they are really in control of this, and they just, thanks to a lot of playmakers, they just can't put any ground between themselves and the Titans.
2nd and 3. Maurice Jones-Drew looking. This time he won't pick up the first down. He needed 3 yards. Albert Hainsworth jumps on him.
So much goes on in these games, Gus. These two teams know each other. I mean, I was talking to a couple of assistant coaches for the Titans before the game, and they know each other. They know each other so well. The players on the other teams know which coaches talk to them during the game and talk smack and yell from the sidelines. They know each other so well. They know the assistant coaches as well as they do the players.
3rd down and 3. Garrard with time over the middle. It's caught. Pearman, and he picks up the first down, a gain of 7.
A little help by the umpire. As he comes up to make this play, you'll watch. The umpire is going to help him make the play. Watch, he gets right in the way. Little sandwich. Manages to get a handful of jersey. But of course, Thornton finally making the play after having to go through the umpire to do it.
So David Garrard keeps the chains moving. 12 first downs for Jacksonville. First down and 10. Maurice Jones-Drew again. And he's knocked backwards at the 40-yard line. Tony Brown, the rookie. First man to him.
And another first down run for Jacksonville. This one goes for -1 instead of +6. And this defense for Tennessee, I mean, Gus, we said it in the first half, they've been on the field a long, long time. And here in the third quarter, early on, they got a chance to rest at halftime. But later on in this game, it's going to catch up.
2nd down and 11. Jones, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Reggie Williams at the top. Make that Ernest Wilford. Here's Garrard trying to set up a pass, and it's caught by Jones. Matt Jones taken down by Bullock, who grabs him and knocks him out of bounds, a 4-yard gain.
And Jones coming across from the other side of the field, flat across the field on a shallow cross route. Bullock sees him, latches onto him, and makes the stop for a gain of about 3 yards.
3rd down, 7 at the 46. Titans defense trying their best to get off the field on 3rd down. Jaguars have been great in these situations, 5 of 10 on 3rd down conversion. David Garrard in the shotgun. Garrard hit from behind, got it away, and it's gone. He found his young tight end, Lewis. A gain of 14. Tulloch with the tackle, but a flag on the play.
What a great, great play by David Garrard. They're going to call it a defensive hold back in the defensive backfield.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 55, is declined. Play results in a first down.
Now you see, watch the pressure right at the bottom of your screen. That's Travis LeBoy coming off the corner. Gets him, and you think he's got his arm and can't get the throwing arm. He gets everything except Garrard's arm, and that's enough to complete the pass. down the field.
David Garrard, 13 of 20, 125 yards, no touchdowns. He's thrown one interception, which was returned 83 yards for a touchdown by Pac-Man Jones. First and 10 at the Tennessee 40. Garrard down the seam for Jones, incomplete. Matt Jones did have a step on Reynaldo Hill, but Garrard was under pressure.
Once again, the Tennessee pressure just not quite there in time. And this is Jones, 6'6", coming off the line and working there against Reynaldo Hill. Just can't connect. And I think if you got to look at what made that play an incompletion, I think it had more to do with the pressure at the other end than it did with Jones being open.
Second down and 10 at the 40. Jack Del Rio.